And there's no reorder available on these pastes. So just before I go through the value, because you're getting those 3 total tubes,
yes.
What are you showing us on this poor shirt?
I know,
poor shirt.
This poor men's dress shirt here. Well, I put some ink on it. I put some blackberries, some fresh blackberry. Are they not the biggest blackberries you've ever seen?
Those are quite delightful.
By the way, and I'm going to squeeze some juice box on here. Oh, there it goes, if I can get it to work. You know,
the kids always manage to do it,
squirts when you don't want it to, and then when you want it to. But I want to show you this tube of It Works. It's literally like a combination of about 25 stain removers in one. And it looks kind of like a tube of toothpaste. And like you said, you're getting 3. And just like toothpaste, you're going to use it with water. So I wet my cloth here. I'm going to put a little dab on. That's all you need. And then watch as I just go to town on these stains on this men's dress shirt. So there we have the ink. It's slowly disappearing. There we have the blackberry. And on top of the blackberry, we've got that juice box. So let me move this because I am gonna get it all. And this is the magic of It Works.
And you know what? I mean, as you're looking at it, yes, the stains are lifting, but you know what's not lifting? The color on the shirt.
Yes, exactly.
The grid on the shirt with like the block texture, that's still there, just the stains are gone.
Exactly. So, you know, we always recommend you do a patch test just to make sure that your fabric is color fast. But again, use it with water. This is really for those stains that nothing else has worked on.
And you know what?
This will work.
Hence the name, It Works. So I just wanted to let you know a little something as we're watching her clean this. We used to have 2 tubes on QVC for 20 bucks. 2 tubes, awesome, right? Because it's highly concentrated and, you know, it'll go a long way. We've got 3 tubes for $21. So it's essentially for like $1 more. You're getting a whole other tube, but that's the happy part. But the sad part is that there is no reorder available on this set of the 3 tubes of the stain removing paste from It Works. So if you want to get multiple sets, it's got a pretty good shelf life. I think it can hang out for maybe like, you know, a few months and you're going to be just fine.
For sure.
So you have to come closer to your TV. I frankly don't care what you're doing. Stop what you're doing. At least just look at your television to see what's happening. Because when my husband and I saw this the other day on the TV, we both used to work for magicians in Las Vegas and we lost our minds. We went, what? I can't believe what I just saw.
It's going to look like a magic show, but it's actually science. So we've all had this situation where you wash a load of white towels, white sheets, maybe it's your husband's underwear, and then, you know, the red sock sneaks in, or, you know, your kids, you know, throw a pair of jeans in, whatever it is.
You know what? I just don't buy red socks.
Right. No, that's a good preventative measure. But if you do have red socks at home, what tends to happen then is it dyes the water red, and not just the water, but everything inside. So now your husband's white underwear are now pink. So, you know, that's what we don't want. So what I did is I dissolved a little bit of the It Works paste just in some warm water. That's all it is. And watch as I pour it in.
Don't blink. This is going to freak you out and lose your mind.
Literally, it is going back in time and getting rid of the disaster, because that would have been a disaster. So not only did it turn the water back to clear, but look at this. Now my lace doily is also white again as well. So I really went back in time. And not only that, but you can put it in your load of whites as a preventative measure.
And watch this.
Because watch this. You know, something does get in there.
Oh my gosh.
Zap, it's gone.
It says,
it's literally
be gone.
Eating the red dye and making it disappear. So I know it's hard to believe. It's actually science, because again, this is a combination of about 25 different stain removers in this one tube.
It totally really looks like magic.
I know.
But it's just, I mean, it's like superhero stuff. It's amazing.
It really is.
Whether it is your fabrics, or now we're going to talk a little bit about carpets and other things like that. It's, you know, there's always an Uncle Joe with the red wine.
Yeah, you know
we've all got one.
The kids with the juice, whatever it is. No, again, always do a color safe test.
In the corner.
But we have this chocolate hazelnut spread here, and we use this because chocolate, of course, stains, and nuts are very oily and greasy. So I'm going to rub some of this into the carpet. You can see here we put some red dye wine on here earlier and let it dry, because we want to show you. Now, it's best if you can get to the stains fresh, but if you have an older stain, go ahead and give it a try. One of our reviews, I love that, said that, you know, they had something that nothing else worked on, and It Works worked. So I'm going to pour, again, a little fresh wine on there on top of that. And again, you get 2 of these sponges with the 3 tubes. You're going to just wet the sponge in water. I'm going to take a little bit of the paste. Again, it's activated with water, so you have to use it with water. If you just use the paste, it's not going to work. But watch as I literally just go to town on this stain. That's the chocolate hazelnut paste. down here.
Wow. And you're lifting the fibers with the sponge.
Yes, and it's you know, really it's going back in time. If this was your wall-to-wall carpet, you don't have to replace it now.
Or you don't have to rent one of those horrifically expensive machines.
Right,
and
exactly.
use crazy caustic liquidy stuff and you don't even like know what's going on. I mean, this is simply going to work, I think, really well for you. But like we said, always do that little patch test over in the corner.
Right, right.
So when your kids watch you on TV, they're like, ooh, I'm telling Mom, you're messing up the carpet and staining everything. Like, are their minds blown by what you do?
You're still not allowed to do this at home, guys. Okay, no eating in the living room if you're watching right now.
Right.
Even though I can get rid of it, we don't want a disaster if we don't need
Look at that. I mean, how many different things? It was the chocolate hazelnut spread,
the wine,
it was the wine,
the red dye. And here's a tip, you know, once you get the stain, put a white cloth over that and just blot it, and that'll, you know, leave it there for about 24 hours, and that'll just soak up, the moisture and anything else that's down underneath. But that's as easy as it is. And even things like your tablecloth, you know, if it's Thanksgiving and somebody drips a little grease or a little wine or whatever it may be, you can use it on your tablecloth as well.
So let me remind you too that tube that she's holding right there, we used to have a set of just 2 of the tubes for 20 bucks. This is only $1 more. You're getting a whole extra tube, and you're also getting the sponges as well to go along with it, 2 applicator sponges. So you want to pick this up and try this out on maybe some older stains that you've been having trouble with. It's V33112. And you can get this at home since there's no reorder available. The value is fantastic.
Yes, happy cleaning.
Happy cleaning.
Thank you,
Thank you so much, Erica.
The
show is called Cleaning Like a Pro. We still have the green gobbler to talk about if you can stay with us. And then after that, we're going to be eating for an hour. So if you want to see what else we have in store, take a look at this.